This whole video begins with a laptop, a power outage, some beautiful music, and a singular game being installed on said laptop. Let me explain. A few months before downloading Omori, I stumbled upon a music video, that being a song from a 2D pixel game I ain't never even heard of. So why was it there? Well, after a click and a few tears, this beautiful song bargains its way to my Steam library, only for it to collect dust like Hades and Dead Cell. Well, shit. Well, after a minor inconvenience, I have decided to name Ohms the Squirrel. I decided to play what the cool kids like to call Pee Pee Pee. Hey, hello there. I just wanted to warn you that this game will contain many spoilers. So go play the game, then come back. I'll wait. You done? Good. Great. Awesome. Let's move on. So sit back and enjoy what I like to call Omori before and now. Once upon a time, there was a squirrel that ran up a power line and died, which led to a power outage, which in turn led to no Wi-Fi. Yes, I know, it's devastating, but no Wi-Fi meant no games, except for one, which brings me to my first issue. While the game is definitely top 5, I strongly believe I would have never touched this game if it wasn't for the circumstances at the time. While it was interesting, all I knew about the game was that it was a 2D pixel RPG game, which I had never even tried playing, and a song I found on YouTube which made me rise higher than Chopper. The prologue is nice-ish. It helps you understand everything about the small main cast of characters, but the lore dumping kinda just made me lose interest in the game I already had no interest in. This caused me to never fully try out the game, but after getting to the other world, this is where the game actually started to pick up a pace, you know? I loved everything. I love the fighting, in particular Captain Spaceboy's fight. That was amazing. That was peak fighting. That was peak Omori. Never topped. Everything here was just fun. Exploring around, solving puzzles. Everything was just kind of, you know, your typical do this and do that. Run and do this quest, run and do that. Finally, all the time we had spent with these characters was finally starting to pay off. I was finally starting to have fun, starting to enjoy spending time with these characters that at the time I had no interest in. Hold on. From this point on, I will be referring to my first playthrough as my ball surgery. To confuse the skippers, to confuse the ones that don't stay. You got that? Let's move on. The day after I had school, but truth be told, I couldn't pay attention in any of my classes. All I could think about was Omori, and it got worse the farther I got into the game. It really had a spike when I reached If you have yet to pick up on the context clues, which there are none, because I just fucking noticed, while typing this, I have yet to explain even a tad bit of what this video is actually about. I decided to play this game again after getting my ball surgery a long time ago. But the truth is, I just lied to you. I couldn't do it. I tried to play the game, but with the little amount of free time I have and my obsession with making my game backlog longer than the Wall of China, I couldn't do it. But what I could do was watch a 15-hour gameplay video. Did you watch the whole thing? Yes, I did. We have evidence here saying you skipped around. Like I said, I watched the whole thing. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. You're no different from all the others. Which is why I brought in your 3-foot Moby Dodo. Now you're gonna tell me what I want to know. Or are we sending this bad boy to space? How the fuck do y'all have the budget for this? A few under the desk get you anything, if you know what I mean. Fine. I didn't watch all of it. It's just that it's not entertaining to sit down and watch. But don't worry, with my memories of the game and the bits I did watch, I will make a video so shit, you'll protest YouTube to add the dislike button back. Now that the longest intro known to mankind is out of the way, let's talk some Omori. Okay, so from this point on, I am gonna get a little bit more into topic, less bits, less fun. Anyways, I have nicknamed 3 Days Left as my wishing star. Why? Well, while at school, all I could think about was how cool it'd be if it expand to the real world, get more into depth into what the game has to offer. It has such a cool world, but you're only expounding on it in this little dream of his, or so I thought. They fucking delivered. And when I tell you that shit got me hooked, I didn't let the controller down after this part. This was probably my face. Anytime my brain connected a single dot when interacting with any character. Just looking at them and seeing the similarities between them and their counterparts was just one of the coolest experiences I had ever had. And when I tell you, I interacted with everybody. I mean everybody. This is the part where I kind of start to see the game become more fleshed out, more roping everybody else in, not just the main character. And I really love that because I didn't really expect to see that in an indie game, a little small indie game that I had only heard of because of a song, you know? And this is where the game stopped becoming all talk and what it had warned me at the start of the game. Omori is dead. But not in like, bro, Conefish? He's fucking dead, bro. His channel's dead. His fucking channel's trash, bro. His fucking channel. Get him the fuck out of here, man. He's not invited to the cookout. But like, I mean, she's like dead, like 6 feet under dead. This was my reaction. We also got to interact with Omori, who looked like she just listened to a 50 Cent album for the first time. I love this interaction, and when I say I loved it, I really did. This is one of my favorite interactions in the whole game. And then pulling out the steak knife, it really brought me back to reality. Like, how the fuck did I not notice this motherfucker is carrying a steak knife? Where did he put that shit? In his ass? Like, why didn't it cross my mind? After our terrorist shenanigans, we return to the dream world where we enter the castle with an extra E. In truth, the castle arc felt like it spanned longer than a One Piece arc. You wanna know what else is long? My stick. Wanna see it? See it and weep. This arc had many things I enjoyed. I did enjoy the puzzles here and there, but sometimes it felt like I was gonna punch my computer screen. You know, just me. I think I'm just a dumbass. And the boss fight, it was all worth it. All of it, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how long this was. It was one of the worst boss fights of all time. That shit was fucking amazing. That shit took half my lifespan, but I check. We get to experience underwater heaven. With my already growing addiction to the game, 2 days left did not help a bit. This is where I began to learn more about these characters. Now, jokes aside, the bridge scene was a beautiful section to the game. During my ball surgery, I almost shed a tear, not a white one. And it was just from how this simple little cutscene could carry so much emotion. This is where we learned that Sonny is scared of something else. Like, holy fuck, is he scared of everything? Once again, we enter a new map. This time, it's called Last Resort. This is where we learn that everybody got a job at McDonald's. Even during my first ball surgery, I kind of knew that this was a clear representation that Sonny was looking at everybody grow up. It was affecting how he pictured everybody in the dream world. I would love to talk about all this in small details, large details, and because I just love Omori. It is one of the games that I really did love. While I may not have completed the game at 100%, it is something that really hit me in such a short amount of time. But I'd be rambling here for hours, so I'm skipping a lot of this shit. But if you really want to hear me talk about this shit, I got a Twitch. It's right there. I need to have everything happening on screen all at once for people to stay here. Like I need like
you need like 18 million overlays.
Like, can somebody get Hitler in here? Like,
just get some like naked men on
stream. Yeah,
stream.
can I get like Hitler naked on stream? Can you do that?
Yo, hold on, let me pull up.
Can he come back to life?
Google Gemini or whatever the fuck AI.
Does he have a Cameo account?
Does Hitler have a Cameo account?
Can I get Hitler on a Cameo? After entering a whale too large for itself, we enter Sweetheart's Castle 2.0. This took me way too fucking long to beat. Why? Because I kind of got bored. I don't really have any footage. This all brings us to our next subject of the agenda. I bring you Black Space. I'm really not going to get into too much detail because this is a experience you gotta play for yourself. This is where the horror goes from here to about here. Yeah, it gets to that point. And to be honest, I don't really remember much because I kept looking back at my closet door like I was playing FNAF. But just know that each room was some of the creepiest shit I had ever seen. Did it have a meaning? Did it have lore implications? Probably. Did I see any of it? No. So I'm completely skipping all of this. Anyways, after we return to the real world, we make our way to the piano room and find what could be a hallucination or a spirit Omori playing the piano. The scene was beautiful, and it was accompanied by such a beautiful piano piece, which in turn was accompanied by a repentful Mari apologizing for pushing us too hard. This was all quickly interrupted by Hiro walking in to deliver some really honest words. I know it's all text on a screen, but I really couldn't help shed a tear for a hero who was broken and sad, and still trying to be positive, even in this terrible situation. He is the one that everybody uses as a shoulder to rely on, but where was that shoulder for him to rely on? This was such a beautiful scene, and it all led to okay, so this one's gonna be a really long one, so stay with me. One day left is what I like to call the perfect day. Not for the characters, but for me. At this point on, I had pretty much reached the peak of the playthrough. I had felt like I had created some strong connections with each of these characters. Except Basil. Maybe. He was growing on me. Around my first ball surgery, he was okay. I still didn't like him, but he wasn't terrible. I started to kind of bond with him a little, kind of to start to understand what he was going through, but he still pissed me off here and there, so let's call it even. Every scene from this point on was perfect. What the game did was great. It was exploring each character, not just Sunny, and not just his dream world, but showing us each character and how they were deeply affected by Mari's death. And what felt boring at the time all added up to become all like this giant connected map that was just beautiful. After waking up, we make our way to Aubrey's house, learning that she locked herself in a room. When I walked into the house, I felt terrible for Aubrey. Seeing the state of her home life and seeing how shit everything was. I've always been a person who likes to keep stuff clean. Even though I'm lazy, I try to. I'm not good at it, but I like to. And seeing the state of her home really brought some heart-throbbing punches, if you know what I mean. This all leads us to having a heartfelt conversation with her. And this is where I truly connected with Aubrey. While I had connected somewhat to her, this is where it really did. Not just her cutesy version that we see in the dream world, but the real her. The real, true to herself her. After talking, we get to see the photo book again with photos of Mari included. Seeing this photo book again brought me a sense of joy, and seeing how happy everybody was and how every character was just happy to be there. It was nice. Both playthroughs I did scroll through the photo book for quite a bit. I just thought they were nice. After making our way to the tree stump, Aubrey becomes heartfelt again. And this all leads to this really delightful scene where everybody's comforting Aubrey and they get to this group hug, and it's nice. It's beautiful. I love this scene too. This is up there with my favorite scenes. After making our way to Basil's house, we decide to stay for the night to, which this all brings us right back to Headspace. Son of a bitch. I don't want to be here. Get me out. Get me the fuck out. No. After making our way to Basil by the tree, we're given another photo book, but this time it's dark and eerie. Once again, I have to point out that I'm doing this shit at fucking night. This shit is creepy as shit. And spoiler alert, as we piece the photo book together. I was left speechless, but confused, yet I understood what I saw. Sunny had pushed Mari off the stairs. Mari had pushed Sunny way too hard, and adding the pressure of a recital and trying not to fail, but then also adding in that you're being pushed until your fingers can't take the pain no more, just bottled up inside of Omori, or inside of Sunny, that he just broke. This caused Mari to snap at him, which you know how it goes. Two magnets, polar opposites, push each other away. And what happened? Somebody fell down the stairs. This all led Sunny and Basil to, fake a suicide, which was crazy to me, because no way a little fucking child is doing that shit. This directed us to Sunny waking up and confronting Basil. Basil becomes our farmer, talking about aliens and shit. Talking about, them ghosts are real. Them ghosts are real. They fucking took my cows. They took my cows. This causes Basil to snap. And this all leads to him stabbing our eye out. They both, for some reason, have knives and stab each other to death. Kids can be kids. Let them sort it out. They can get a little rough, but that's just kids, man. You know the saying. All of this. I'm skipping through a lot, but please, it's just a lot, and I'm trying to get through it. Trying to get a video out. Please just follow it. This all leads to getting a little flashback to Sunny's life, to seeing when he first got his violin, to seeing the first time he played the violin. And all of this was just beautiful. Seeing these little cutscenes that make that world that we were in a little bit bigger and a little bit more fleshed out was just beautiful. After putting all the pieces together, we reach Omori. And this is where we confront the truth. This was a really great fight. It wasn't fighting against something else. It wasn't fighting against another enemy, another boss. We were fighting against the us that we were hiding in a bottle. The us that we decided to keep a little lid on and don't let it fucking get out. But this time, we're confronting that shit head on. And the first time I played this, I decided to click no. I did not want to continue the fight, thinking that it would restart my game to the last save and then I would start up and keep going. I wanted to see that shit again. I wanted to get to the fight again. I really liked that whole flashback scene, but it didn't. What it did give me was the shit ending. We're not going into details because if you know, you fucking know.
Close.
But after making my way back and losing the fight again, I decided to continue the fight, which leads us to one of the most beautiful scenes in the game. The reason I had even decided to play this game in the first place was right in front of me, and it didn't disappoint. During my first ball surgery, I was facing a lot of issues in the real world. I was getting to my last year of high school, and I hadn't chose what I was going to do with my life. It felt like everything was coming in so fast, and I had no control over it. The only thing that I had looked forward to was a 2D pixel game that I had learned to cherish around that time. This game showed me how important time is, and how cherishing every second of it is just as important. Playing the game again brought me a lot of memories. It really showed me how much I had changed since the last time I played this. From the way I played it, to pausing and looking around to look at the cryptids, to just stopping and talking to everybody another time. it had really showed me how much I had changed, not just outside, but inside. That's right. That's right. That's right. It grew from 1 inch to 1.5. I know. Calm down. Calm down. I know. It is beautiful. The whole game is beautiful, actually. I recommend it. I really do. While I may say that I have a hard time trying to play the game again, I really do recommend this to anybody. And with this, I say goodbye and put this all to a close. Finally, Jesus Christ. Put a fucking black screen here. Like, put a black screen here because I am tired of fucking editing. Holy shit, my fingers hurt, man. I have been editing non-stop, man. Like 24-hour grind, bro. Like my fingers, they're fucking butter, man. They're fucking gone, man. Bring me my fingers back.